You're tuning in to Gone.net.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Gone.net, the show where we randomly decide what we're going to do the minute before we start it.
Lately, yeah. But, you know, it's the way I look at it is that we're doing so much that there's lots of cool stuff to always show.
Oh, there's too much almost to show.
Now, some stuff I can't show because it makes money, but the other stuff I can. So, and the same goes for you. So you're a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't do the making money the same way. So most of the stuff I can show.
All right. Well, some of it you can. Some of it you can. Some of it you can't.
True.
So are you're going to show first then? What do you got?
All right.
Okay. This you're actually going to show this. All right.
Why not? So this was definitely a very important project of mine that I worked on in some of this week, some of the evenings. Basically, we have a bridge out by our house, and it's going to be out for a long time. And the first day that it was closed, they put up all these signs on like the first intersection before that said bridge out, no truck turnaround, local access only, road closed. And then if you went farther out, they put another one of those signs on the next road over and all the different like roads coming in, you know, that you could get here, which you think would stop people from trying to go through, right? And
you would think, but no.
Well, you would be wrong. Well, maybe you wouldn't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so anymore.
So you'd be wrong. Now this you can't get into this without my access anyway. So, but I shared this with my neighbor, and they really enjoyed seeing it because they were kind of frustrated too. But like the first day, and this wasn't even captured the first day because I only built this after the first day. The first day there had to have been 100 cars. And
John's been sharing the count with me pretty consistently.
Yeah.
He's like, look at, we've gained 10 in the last 2 hours.
It's not perfect because I am running this on a really light model because I'm running it on like a Intel Arc 4 gigabyte GPU that I have sitting in my server. So there are some concessions that are made, like, you know, it matched a white truck to a white like SUV kind of thing, and thought, yeah, those look the same. They're pretty good. But generally, like, I mean, the thing's right past us. So like if one goes in and one goes out, it's you know, accurate enough for keeping rough track.
Okay.
So and this was fun because the way I did this was I just basically, I'm like, hey, this is what I want to try and do. Like, how can I do this? And it's like, oh, well, there's this project called Frigate that helps, you know, analyze video and do all that part of it and make zones and stuff. We could do that and make a custom config and, you know, these rules and away we go. And
like so the battleship, not like the frig like this.
Frigate. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's what they had in mind too.
Maybe.
But, you know, essentially it guided me through doing everything. And then this wasn't the first version of it. I wanted a prettier dashboard. So this is what I got eventually. But no,
is that like a Comic Sans?
It's something like that. I told it to make like a fun, you know, quirky website that I was going to share with my neighbors, that we were just going to keep track of this just all in good fun.
Nice.
And then maybe to go complain afterwards. Who knows?
And now you're going to get flooded with traffic because your URL's actually up there.
Yeah, that's fine. You can't. I'll take it down if I have to. It's fine. Don't flood my URLs. You need a code to get in anyway. So.
Oh, well.
All right. So
high tech.
That's one thing, right?
Yeah.
The other thing is, look at this pretty site. I still love how AI is so good at coming up with websites for things. So I think I showed the remote thing last week, I think, of it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
but now you've got an actual legit website.
Yeah, now it's got a site. And I didn't end up changing the name just because, like, I liked your suggestions, but I have so many places where it's already named this. And I don't hate the name. So I'm just like,
At least you didn't call it remote.
I could have. So
I wouldn't have put it past you.
I very well may have. The styles didn't update properly again, but we'll get there. Anyway, so it's got a nice website. You can go look at it, and it doesn't help you get started yet because that part isn't done, but that'll happen. And I've kind of cleaned up this. Oh, it's not even going to work now.
Is this the cart before the bull then?
Yeah, a little bit for sure.
Okay.
I mean, the basics are here, right? So I've cleaned up this a bit where I've gotten like, all the different things in there. I've got the biggest thing I did, I think, was I started getting the devices you can start like doing more cool stuff with, where you can get Apple TV isn't a great example, and maybe I can do something better yet. Maybe I can put an app on there that can talk to it. I don't know. Can you run an Apple TV app enough in the background? Probably not.
No. The platform is very I'm trying to think of a nice word, and there
Restricted.
isn't. They're just restrictive is even being nice.
Okay.
Handcuffed.
Yeah. So this is getting close. I've got like Pi images that I've tested that actually, load the thing up, run it, and you can like get to it, and it's got like the first run experience and stuff. So I'm gonna publish those out shortly, and then you can try one out. And I don't know, like as I keep building this thing, I keep thinking of all these ideas that I would have that would just make this the best solution out there ever. And so we'll keep going with it. Who knows? Never know.
He hasn't let me test it yet. He keeps telling me, wait.
Very soon.
And I'm
then
waiting.
Perhaps the most fun thing that I have done this week is it's gonna be load failed. I don't know why. I started working on this. So like, how Claude has like the simulator embedded in there, and you can like.
I didn't actually know that they did this because the desktop app usually tends to leak a whole bunch of memory on me. But I have heard, and you have told me now, that it can actually take control.
It's pretty, so that we've seen it with like the browser, right? And that's cool and everything. But now they've done it with like, hey, you can have the iOS simulator in here. And I've seen it get used by the desktop app while I'm doing stuff with it. So I'm like, well, we got to be able to do this with the GitHub app. And I literally started this yesterday afternoon, and I had it chugging along through the night. And again, most of the time was spent like refining the interactions and everything, less the like getting it functional to begin with. And so the idea here is just that, is like GitHub app has this idea of a canvas extensions. And so it's an HTML tab essentially, but you can basically do whatever you want with it, and you get to run like a node or a React extension as part of it. And that extension gives you the capability of being able to say like, I want things to go back and forth through the agent and the canvas in my extension, so that it can do whatever it needs to do to, call things back and forth, right? So I could like click on something in the extension, and it would route something back over here to the agent if I wanted it. And this, of course, was working perfectly before. Like I've never seen this happen where the load fails.
I am on the call, so.
Yeah, exactly. It's your fault, definitely.
Yeah.
So, the idea is basically to do that, but then I'm like, well, I want to do it with Android stuff too. And of course,
restart it.
Gonna fail. I know.
Can't you restart it? Just restart.
I don't know if it's I don't know which part died though. It might just be.
This is GitHub Copilot's app.
This is GitHub Copilot, the app, and this is the extension loading in it. So the way that this has to work though is like the extension starts up a host process that I've written as part of the extension. It's .NET like CLI, but it's all native AOT'd. And so it just starts it up. That's how it knows like what simulators and emulators you have and how to control them and work with them. And then it streams the video back over here, and you can go click around, you can execute commands and do all that kind of stuff. I'm just going to bring this back up because you can see a better example in the screenshots on the repo maybe. So
I don't know why you just don't restart it, because, Microsoft software is not usually as good as Microsoft frameworks.
It should. I'll try, and maybe we'll look again later. But the one thing that I wanted to highlight, which I was particularly happy with, is and maybe you've seen this, like if Claude or something is controlling your stuff, where it puts this like shadow orange, right? So I'm like, well, let's use whatever theme color you have in the GitHub app going, but let's draw that same kind of shadow. Draw the cursor. It animates like the clicks and the swipes and stuff, so you can see what it's doing when it controls it. So it's you know, kind of, I don't know where this goes. Again, it was like a 1-day thing, but at the same time, like, I don't know, Anthropic made a big deal of like, hey, we have simulator control now. It's like, yeah, okay. We can now too. So I'm going to put this out there. I mean, it's already a plugin. You can go try it out. You can install it. You know, it's in my repo, Mobile Canvas GitHub Copilot. And it's got the instructions for you to go do it. It's pretty easy. And then you can start just talking to it. But clearly there's some bugs. That's okay. We'll get them. We'll fix them up and see where it goes. I didn't want to restart the simulator. I'll restart the app though, and we'll see. You know, maybe later we can see if it worked.
Cool.
Well, that's my week.
Are you gonna give it one more try?
Well, let's see. Why not? Well, it's still up here. Gotta close some of these guys though. Do I have a session going? Resuming session.
Come on. Come on.
You should. Again. Do it again.
Come on. Let's go. You didn't reboot your machine.
Oh, I bet you what, you know, I think I know what happened is I have another session that's like adding features to this at the same time. I bet you it's conflicting.
Nice.
Course, right? Yeah.
That's how it rolls.
That would do it.
I'm also the reason there it goes.
It's going. It's starting.
To be fair, I'm delaying John because I am trying to get something I'm going to show open. And it is just maybe starting.
Look, it's doing the control thing. I need to make it like better at, because it'll like come in and out, because it's like, oh, if I'm gonna do something, I'll show the thing, and then it does a command, and then it's like, okay, I did it, and then it like I'll go back and forth. So I need to like come up with a better way for it to keep that up if it knows it's gonna do a few commands. But you can see it kind of working, right?
Yeah, very pretty.
Yeah, so, hey, I mean, why not, right? We can have all the nice things. It's not just Claude desktop that gets them.
Anyway. GitHub Copilot.
Are you ready now?
It, maybe. I'm just pulling it over so that we don't look into it infinity. And I'm hoping that Claude is going to finish doing what I asked it to do about 15 minutes ago. But we shall see. We shall see. So, while it is contemplating life, I am going to close that. I'm going to close that. And I'm going to share my screen. So I have been doing a couple things. Now, John is actually pretty good about this because I wouldn't say this is a competitor by any means, but it does go outside of the box a bit. Where's my stream? There it is. There we go. So I have been working on something. This was something I was sitting in my chair one night and I was like, because I've been doing some Swift work lately, just for another company. It's a small little app I'm doing. So Swift is all right. Swift UI specifically.
Have you
Swift
been doing
the language
it, though? Or has your agent been working for you?
Well, I usually start it. I'm pretty anal about shapes and how it does things, and I don't have the same skill sets built up with Claude for Swift UI. But once I got the stuff going, I had to do a watch app as well. So I let watch apps, Claude can eat because they're so tiny and easy to do that you don't even need to be in the way. So that's one thing. So I did let it go, but Swift itself is pretty nice. Okay, so it's pretty easy. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. There's lots of stuff out there. Like there's Comet. There's,
yep.
I don't even think I could name them all if I wanted to. What's the Android? What's Kotlin's version? No, what's Kotlin? Because they have it across iOS. Thing, right?
Kotlin Compose multi-platform.
Oh, okay. Is that what it
rolls
is?
right off the tongue. Right?
Yeah, it does. Kotlin, I don't really care for, to be honest. But yeah. I mean, I come from a Java world long time ago, many decades ago, but I don't really care for Kotlin, to be honest. I don't know why, but Swift, I don't mind. So I was sitting in my chair. I am obviously a big advocate of .NET, but I more prefer the fact that I can write the language. I can use the language I know and love, use the packages I know and love, and deploy, right? So I was like, I know I can do this in Swift UI, right? I know I can bring .NET to Swift UI. It's a pretty clean crossover. I know by that nature, Swift UI will work in Mac OS, like AppKit. By luck, it also happens to work in tvOS, but we won't really go there because tvOS itself kind of sucks. And I was like, now that I've got those three, and I do have working prototypes of them, it should easily apply to Jetpack Compose because it's the same kind of scenario, right? Like I want to go in, I want to write code instead of like markup, and out it comes. And that experiment only took a couple hours, right? Because I said, this is exactly what I want. I want Swift UI. I want the base set of controls. So an entry, a label, a switch, editor, a collection view, etc. I wanted the whole shabam. And it got them really easy for iOS, macOS, and Android. And I decided to see how much further can we go with this, right? Can I go to Linux? Turns out very easy.
Yeah.
Can I go to Windows? Well, Windows started with, they have, what do they call it? Windows Reactor or Reactive or...
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. What are they copying? They're copying something.
They're copying Maui Reactor, kind of.
So I love this because it was like, you don't need that. We'll skip that and we'll go. You don't need another layer.
Yeah,
I can do this without
it can be just C#, right? The thing that you're talking about that they're doing is really just like kind of syntactic sugar on top of an API.
Yes. So very light
AI
shims.
doesn't care about sugar.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't need it. So it was like, we don't need that. It was actually very adamant. We don't need it at all. I don't even want it. Let's skip it. So no shim, right? The other shims are very light because obviously we need some Swift XC frameworks in there. And then same, I wanted Blazor. Turns out that was pretty easy. It didn't get freaky until we got to Skia Sharp. So I'm going to leave that one out for now. I tried to basically do a Skia Sharp canvas.
Draw everything for me, please.
Draw everything. It does work. The experiment is there. Does it work well?
Okay.
But in the last couple of weeks, I've added accessibility. I've added, controls. Why don't I shut up and run this while that's going? And let me just let that go because I'm trying to get another thing up. So let's go to swift.net. Let's bring up Claude. I'm just going to tell it to run it because I'm lazy.
Now, I do have a complaint.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah. So, I am pretty good at naming things. We all agree. Both of us are definitely in agreement there.
Okay. I know. Yes.
Actually, I think I think it's fair to say that we both agree I'm excellent at naming things. And however, this name is just no.
Okay. So
it's where do you want me to start?
This started as a sample and I went to the next level. So it was supposed to be Swift UI on .NET.
Yeah, but that's not even
and then
it
became
either. It's just Swift.
It's Swift.net. Swift.net. John.
No. I know Swift.net, but there's no UI in there. So when you first said you're like, Swift.net, I was like, oh, you're making Swift like just generally work with .NET. I'm just saying. This is definitely.
I know
not
you've been waiting.
Runner.
Oh, bud. Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna let that one go. I'm gonna swallow my pride here and pretend. We're gonna let you have your moment here, John. You're way off, just crazy off. No. But that's all right. So I wanted to make, I wanted dependency injection. I wanted to make it to look, a bit comfortable for Maui users to come in and do the usual stuff, bring in some, DI just to show it off. Yes, it works. And then I had stuff like, okay, stupid things, right? Just easy, stupid things. Here, now it's launched so we can show. So this is Swift.net running in an iOS simulator. You can see what works, right? Hello, stranger. Here. Right? All these it just works. And it's actually quite pretty.
Is that table views all, Swift UI as well?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
So what? Yeah, that'd be interesting to see how.
It turns out that Swift UI actually offers a lot of new components that aren't
Yeah,
part of Objective C. Like even these date fields, this isn't in at least that I've seen. This isn't in Objective C.
yeah. I don't know about those in particular, but I do. Yeah, I think you're right. There is some stuff that they don't really expose the same way. Back
I
to
show off
UIKit.
custom views. Now, this is a custom view because we like to be able to do custom things. We'll go into that very quickly because again, I don't want to spend too much time on this. It is a bit of a, I don't know what the hell that was. It took a picture of something apparently. See, so some of the animations work. Shapes, stacks. Something's taking screenshots.
Is that yours or mine?
I think my background agent is running somewhere.
Yeah. That's always my first thought. I was checking mine. I'm like, I don't think it should be taking screenshots of anything.
What?
But
I don't know.
It's the worst for it when you're doing like Mac OS stuff where it's just like,
yes,
I don't know how to get a screenshot. Let me just take your mouse and bring
it
the app
hijacks
to the foreground and yeah.
So all these cool things just kind of working out of the box. I won't go through them all, but like I've got global styling. I even started to get into the richer controls to prove that this could work.
Is there a line on this one or is it?
Is pretty weak so far. It's a start. It's a start. I wanted to prove that we could do some of the things, right?
Yeah.
So it started. They're still pretty weak. There's a camera view. I don't know. Well, I don't know what this is going to do. It's not going to crash, thankfully. Yeah. There's some overlays and stuff, but it's like I said, it's still a bit weak there. But we start even maps. Oh, maps is there. This was, Oh.
Yeah, it's almost where I'm going to be staying in a few weeks.
Oh, well, there you go. Everybody knows where to go bug John.
That's fine.
So, the sample really quick. Just wanted to show off some code. Let's go to content view. So this, if you've used Comet, you've probably seen a lot of the state stuff. If you've used React, like the web stuff, state is very familiar. It's got your usual navigation stack. This, in a lot of ways, it's identical to Comet, but slightly different, like in terms of how it does some things. Let's go into, what's a good page to go into here? Text input. Text input's good. So it is a bit more aimed towards what Swift UI looks like, right? Minus you got to new up everything. So all these state things, I kind of have hot reload working, but that's it's a bit hit or miss there. So I won't show that. But these were all things. This was, I don't know. I've been playing up and down with this over the past couple weeks. And like I said, it works pretty well. It is running. I'm going to also run it in the Android emulator.
Yeah, that's what was going to be my next question.
It does. I will show that off. And then as we're doing that, I will show something else I released this week, which was Shiny DocDB MyAdmin. I know that's a crazy word. But
for a reason, obviously.
Yes. So if you come from the ancient times, they used to have something called PHP MyAdmin.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it's called now.
I think it's still that. I think there is still a thing.
I thought they changed the name. But anyhow,
maybe.
The goal is that I wanted to have something for DocumentDB. So because DocumentDB's got a lot of tools now, you can choose from many providers. You can give it a name. You can drag in a SQLite database if you want, or a SQL Cipher if you want. You can make it read only. The difference with this is that it can see the document, right? So this is JSON. And if I click on it, you can actually see the raw JSON view of it.
Yep.
It does have a format, but everything's already gone in formatted. So
you know what you also need to put in there next is I've been getting, whenever I do something that shows like code, I'll have it go. I'll be like, go use Monaco and like make this entry, this field with the code, like just make it beautiful. I use the word pretty and beautiful a lot in my prompts when I want to get things looking nice.
All right. Well, I had considered it. I just didn't want to be too heavy
beautiful.
yet. Oh, pretty and beautiful.
Yeah, but not like just together. Not like make it pretty beautiful. Right?
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's able to do stuff like it figures out the structure. It validates. So for instance, account manager, it only sees 36% of the time in documents. It shows off actual document indexes, these are JSON indexes, not your standard column indexes. Actually the IDX documents type name that's one I automatically create. But this one is actually from JSON. Here's our envelope. So it sees all these types 100% of the time, sees only account manager percentage of the time. You can write SQL. I have kind of a string-based language in there that kind of maps to kind of an OData-ish, linkish type thing. But if you want to write raw SQL with all these, $ status, you can do that. There are reasons, like John does some wild joins with his JSON stuff. I don't want no part of the joins, so John has to do that manually for now. But this is all there. I'm going back to orders. Let's see which one. I'm trying to find the one. Oh, it didn't create one with. So there are other samples. The sample that Claude created missed 3 key features. This will render geometric shapes. So if you've got it's like a sidecar. So if you have geometry in your data type, it will actually, it creates a sidecar table. So DocumentDB creates these sidecar tables for types that really don't belong in JSON, but you need them with documents. So to create a sidecar table, you can go into a document and say, show me your geometry, and it'll render like a map. Nice. If you have temporal, which is kind of like an audit mechanism, you can click on that and it'll say, here's the, I'm going to see if this damn thing can do it well. I'm going to see if it can include geometry, temporal, and blobs, because there's also blob storage as well. Another table in the sample.
Will it know like your MIME types and stuff of the blobs and like show an image or something if it's that?
It tries to if you insert that. Those are all kind of optional stuff, but it will allow you to download them. I'm going to have Claude have a go at that while we go back to our Swift UI stuff as this guy boots up one of these years. Let's go. So this is the Swift.net, not Swift UI. I'll call it SwiftUI.net so I don't get shit again. One of these years, it's actually going to run the sample. Come on, mate. So I've got Claude spinning the temporal, blob storage, and geometry samples. Well, we wait for this guy to actually run. Oh, come on, Claude. Always in these samples. Here we go. Why are you shutting down? Shall we look awkwardly over the internet while we wait for this?
Yes, definitely. It's going. So you needed the GitHub app canvas and you needed to be running in that. That's what you needed.
Yes, I did. I still use CLI. Why do you use the Claude app? You find that thing leaks memory?
Yeah, no, I had been for a while. I do like I like an app for being able to like see like the markdown file that it's building as a plan beside it, or look at the changes and the code diffs right in line. I don't know. I like having it that way.
All right. It is figuring this out now. It is almost here. It had low storage. Apparently, it needed to be updated. Oh my God. Just create a fresh.
But like it figured that out. It was like, hey, I can't do this, and so I'm gonna. That's pretty funny always.
All right, let's see how far document DB is. For latitude and longitude. Okay, let's go to other little libraries that are shipping this week. Controls is almost done. I did release a calendar store. This is to go in line with some of the AI stuff. Holy crap, people are using it already. Good old Gerald has a calendar library. I had said to him, hey, I've been doing all these AI tools where you can just plug it into iChat client. Mm-hmm. Do you want it? And I think Gerald's pretty busy these days. So I was like, I'll build one. Cause I wanted some link performance anyways. Like a lot of the query stores that are out there, like you guys have contacts in,
yeah,
it's kind of a readish only.
Yeah. The thing with Essentials is always we can't fulfill every use case. So let's get like the most generally, minimal case acceptable.
All right. So this goes slightly beyond. You can do a read write just like we can with contacts. You can create calendar events, reminders. You can even bring over contacts from your contact store because those two libraries are linked through Shiny. All the standard calendar stuff, attendees, resolve, contact. I'm going to make this probably a bit richer still, but for now, this will actually go over to your contact, see if it can find it, and then link it into the calendar. Delete recurring. So all that stuff is there, the standard stuff. Let me show querying. There we go. So you can start a query object on your store for a specific calendar, do betweens, order buys, to list async. Turns out this is actually quite a slow query store. If this is an async, it's calendars are slow stores. So I didn't know that until I ran it, and I was like, oh wow, I realized this API is an async, but I need to make it async because it is just killing the UI thread. So food for thought there. There is an AI tool, same as pretty much every other AI tool I've been creating. Do you want to give it read? Do you want to give it write? I didn't put in a specific calendar store yet that it's allowed to work with, but I'm going to get there. Figured we'd start and see how this is getting usage. This is like a week old and somebody's using it. I mean, I'm using it, but
you're probably not pulling 728 downloads.
No, it's not in a big CI project yet. So somebody's having some fun with it, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
So that's moving. Last but not least, I'll see if this is actually in there. The voice intelligence, face intelligence, document intelligence that we've been doing shows on, that's now out in the wild. It is still beta. Still little things here and there. I find the face and voice intelligence is working fairly well at this point. Document intelligence is a science. I'm not sure if it will ever fully be perfected.
Yeah.
But I keep going through it. I think I'm going to see if there's more Onyx stuff I can pull in there. Because right now it's more of an extraction method. But with every one of these models you bring in, this it's not a little bit of data.
Yeah. So I mean, and that's the thing. Like you kind of got to make your decision then, right? Like, do I want to do this on a device? Do I want to do it on the server? Do I want to have my users download a ton of stuff, which might be fine if you're building like an enterprise app?
Well, I and you can go and manually download it. So ArcFace, I was able to get down to the biggest one is about 166 megs. Okay. You don't want to bundle that with your app necessarily, but it's there.
Have you done any of because like I think both stores have like the sidecar kind of like you can download on demand, right? As part of the thing. Yep. Do you ever do it that way?
I haven't yet. So what I'm doing right now is I embed these, but it's very easy to plug them in. Like the model provider actually takes an action.
Yeah.
So you can be like, yeah, I'm not ready. Or yeah, here we go. Right. So this you can load on demand. Mm-hmm. and give it a proper one. So ArcFace is the best I've found. That's the overall embedding mechanism that actually puts the vectors all together and searches.
So like the R50, like, so that you've got like, hey, it's only, 4 to 5 up to 166. Like how does that get decided? Is there like a bunch of different versions or?
You can take the small mobile version. I found it's really it's good for a couple faces, right?
Okay.
If you really want,
It's like if you have like a live feed and you want to figure out if there's a face in it, maybe.
yeah, you don't need much. But again, this is to say that face is Alan or that face is John.
Right.
I find this model is okay for a very limited amount of faces, less than 10. So for a lot of use cases for what I've suggested using face recognition for, that's probably sufficient. Now it's a bit wishy-washy. It gives you kind of low confidence levels.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. My preference would always be to go bigger is better in this case, because the R50 it's going to give you high percentages. It's going to give you high working scenarios. So all that fun stuff. I would use it. Here I am breaking my own rule too. A waiter duck get result. Yeah. I'm probably going to have to change that at some point, but you guys had to make that all async opening the file. Why?
Blame Windows. Blame Windows.
Yeah, there's Windows again. So yeah, this is out, and I thought there was one more thing I was going to show. Not this. Didn't I release something else this week, John? You'd think I'd have notes before the episode, but I don't.
What else did you mention?
Whisper Linux on device, speech recognition.
Oh yeah, you did that. So now I have to go. Yeah, now I have to go back and swap out all of the voice stuff that I have set up and use your APIs to do it.
Yes.
Do you? Yeah, I don't even know how. I'm not even like 100% sure how it's wired up exactly. I haven't really reviewed that code.
Well,
it works.
It'll be easy. It'll be easy once you get there.
Yeah, no. I was more thinking like I know I have it, so it has the option of using that or some other like OpenAI endpoint. Does that fit into your tech stuff? I forget.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's there. The last thing I've been kind of working on, I keep coming back to this because I'm just not happy with the overall API surface yet, is this AI conversation piece where you can actually have a voice conversation with your AI.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of this too is that people are, the chat view that I have in Shiny Controls is pretty complicated. So I actually just said, I'm going to hook everything up in a nice little Maui chat UI control. I don't have a screenshot yet because this is like new as of yesterday night.
Okay.
But this will allow you to you basically just have to do a simple control on your desktop,
mm-hmm.
give your bot a name, give it an avatar, and go, right? And it'll do all of the things and simple, right? It knows how to plug in the conversation piece. You don't have to do anything. Like just put this on. It can see the chat history. It can see, so it's like zero work to get a chat with your bot.
Can I like do custom items for it?
What do you mean custom items? Custom.
So it's got a chat view. Let's say that the AI has some kind of structured output.
No, not yet.
Okay. That's the holy grail.
The other thing is that it doesn't really, even when you think it's got structured input or structured output, it's more a case of it has markdown. It has structured markdown. They do have the ability to ask questions, but that's not a chat client thing. Like chat client doesn't know how to ask questions. It knows how to return text. So if that is changing, it does not look like the interface has changed yet. So if AI comes back with questions, which I would love, I would love if chat client could do it.
It can somehow. It's a good question because one of the things I put into the reMaestro is AI stuff, right? And so I have it able to and maybe it's parsing it. I don't know. Or maybe it told it to do structured output and for a question. Like you might have to intentionally in your prompt say, if you have a question, put it into a structured output of this format and then know to parse that and show the particular UI. Because I do have it asking like yes, no. Like so one of the ideas for reMaestro is like if you've ever owned a Logitech Harmony hub, remote hub, whatever, or any of those other ones, like, and you have multiple devices, you have like, I want to watch a movie, and then it's supposed to like turn everything on, put the right order, switch inputs, do all the things, and inevitably something always fails or used to fail with that, right? Like with IR remotes and stuff. So my idea was like, hey, they all used to have like a what's the word I'm looking for? Deterministic way to like walk through a broken state. You'd be like, hey, it's not working. It'd be like, no, is your TV on? Yeah. Is the receiver on? Yeah. Is the receiver on this input? No. Okay, let me switch it, right? And so the idea was, let's just have AI do that. So I can say like, fix my state. It's not working right. And then AI could kind of reason about it, but it still might have to ask you questions every once in a while if it can't go get status. So it will come back and be like, if there's a thing that it can't know the status of, it will ask you like, is this thing on? And then you get like a yes, no button to reply with. So I think it's possible.
It's something I'll look into because it would actually help a lot of scenarios.
Yeah, yeah.
For sure.
I can ask my agent how it did it.
Oh, there you go.
We can look at the
Do
code.
it. Pull it up. Pull it up. So this was supposed to be bringing up a demo. I do not see a demo yet. It says this was a demo.
You can tell it was controlling it.
Well, it was, and then I took over.
Yeah. This is nice though. I really like this because like you said, like you could view the table data before, but if you're using Document DB, being able to see the actual types and everything and like all the extras, this is beautiful.
It does the features of Document DB, which is like I said, I wanted to show the temporal geometry and blobs, but
cool. Does it show like a timeline kind of thing for the temporal or
not a timeline kind of grid, but it always has the timestamps, and you can actually compare versions to see what changed.
Yeah, I was thinking of like if it showed it in like a bloop 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 like kind of project system kind of timeline view or something. Yeah, very technically.
What is
put that into your prompt?
What is a blub blub?
Yeah. Hey, can you make the temporal view more of like a blub blub blub? You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Claude? I think you do.
Yeah, blub blub blub. I'm gonna try that one and see what it says next time.
I think you should.
I'm gonna tell it I don't see blobs, geometry, or temporal in the sample. Come on. Let's get with it, Claude. So hopefully, let's see if Android is up yet. Android is not up yet. Close app. Let's see. Having one of those days. All these technical failures, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to show off the Android Compose, so we'll see if it's going to come up.
Yeah. No, I'm like almost most curious to see what the list looks like the table view.
It's pretty darn close.
Yeah.
It's pretty darn close.
No, but is it close to like how iOS looks, or is it close to what Android would show as its native representation? It should be that, right? Because it's using Compose.
Yes to both. We'll see, because I don't remember.
So the Skia Sharp one, what was you said there was some craziness there.
There's still lots of stuff to go in the Skia Sharp kind of renderer. So that's obviously just a canvas, right? Mm-hmm. So very slim, almost non-existent shims for it. And so when you get into Skia Sharp as a renderer and a control library, I mean, you get into layouts. You don't have scroll views, so you've got to put a lot of the animations, and like it's bare bones. You're essentially writing a UI framework at that point, right?
Yeah.
So there was a lot of stuff that just didn't work, like animations. I was surprised actually. I thought animations Claude would get right with Skia, and that was like where it failed miserably. But the one thing I will say is that once it gets it right, like the stuff it does get right, it looks identical. It doesn't matter what platform you go to, you get that true, pixel identical every platform. Like every platform looks the same. And every platform works the same. So if scroll is broken in one, it's broken in all of them. So that's pretty cool. I don't show it yet because some of the simple things that should work don't work yet. But it's coming. I'm going to keep working with this because it's been pretty cool. Of course, Claude is just punching me in the face today and is not going to let this damn thing run, is it? Mm-hmm. And obviously, this does not work in your general rider stuff yet, because rider's like, what the hell is this? What do you want me to do with this? Because it doesn't know about hot reload. It doesn't know about. So this is something that's strictly littered to command line. I may see if I can do a plugin to get this to work, honestly.
So
maybe.
What I don't know if you really described it on the outset, but like what was the thing that made you want to do this exactly?
I think for the same reason I've been bugging you guys to bring back WatchOS, or get the Swift interop with .NET, because I was doing, obviously, like I said, I've been doing Swift UI, and it's not bad. Swift UI is actually not bad. It works. It's hot reload just kind of works.
Yep.
I've been doing more watch apps now that we've got AI. Watch app doesn't seem like such a far off feature that you can just leave it. Yeah. And with AI, it's because this watch apps are so tiny, right? It's so simple to get it. The hardest part of watch apps, surprisingly, is not the code. It's just setting the damn things up in Android and iOS, like the profiles. Oh my God, man.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You want to, what they call the complications on the watch? You want a complication? That's a separate app ID.
Yeah.
You want a watch app? That's a separate app ID. Like, what the hell, guys?
No,
what?
I know. Yeah, exactly.
It's freaking crazy.
Yeah.
It was more work to set it up in Apple than it was to actually ask for the app from Claude. The app was, I've done 4 watch apps now, and I've gotten every watch app inside of 5 minutes. It does exactly what I need.
That reminds me, I should really, I had been working on, I guess it was for app intents stuff. Like I was trying to make it so we could do app intents like declaratively in C#.
Okay.
But part of that whole line of work was like trying to build more skills to help like set these scenarios up. Right.
Yeah.
That's another one. It's like, if somebody had a good skill out there, like then at least like AI could probably plow through setting all that stuff up. It can talk to App Store Connect for you. It can, provision whatever it needs and just do the work, right?
I get, yeah.
That's something that like you could even put in Sherpa as like an add-on, like start shipping some of the skills in its Copilot. I mean, then you'd be you're restricted to its Copilot, or I guess you put it in Sherpa and say like, here's maybe it doesn't need to be. I'm just trying to think of like all the tools and stuff that it needs to have access to like automatically do the App Store Connect. Like Sherpa already has that. So if you could open the context with like, hey, even at the very least to have your keys and stuff for the App Store Connect API, right? Just to have that. But I guess like you can set that up in your environment too.
But then you've got to get like all the application identifiers set up, right? And there's a lot of custom stuff there. It's almost hard for Sherpa to keep up with the app identifiers.
For sure.
And like, I don't know if anybody's doing iOS development lately. Apple has at least made it so that you don't need to like, sacrifice a pint of blood or pray at the altar of Steve Jobs to get provisioning for stuff anymore. You basically now you can see all those private permissions and you can request Apple give them to you. And for the most part, they don't ever, I haven't gotten a no to any of the requests that I've made so far. So you add it and then those permissions become available. Then you can check them and they go into your app. So the problem with Sherpa right now is it can't do the other side of that equation. And I don't know that the API exists yet. And if you follow iOS, I mean, it seems like every iOS release, like we're getting into 27 now, they add like a bajillion of new entitlements.
Yeah. I think you can see them in Sherpa. Like you can see that they're available to request, but there's no API.
But they fail if you try and send them. So
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what Apple's doing. I don't think Apple knows what Apple's doing.
No,
sometimes,
I mean,
but-
well, that's the problem is like that. Yeah, there's no way to, yeah, you can try and. I had thought that I had blocked out the ones that aren't able to be. Oh, there's read only.
we
ones,
took them
why.
out. We took them out.
Maybe that's it. Is all the ones that show up as read only? You have to manually go request then.
I don't know. It's just one of those
Yeah.
difficult things. As I said, setting up stuff for Apple still remains painful. Google's not much better. If you got to create a alpha channel, that's like hieroglyphics to try and do sometimes. I have a document to remind myself every time how to set up channels because you got to go to like 18 different websites. Like at least Apple's is in 2 places, if that makes sense. But
yeah,
I don't know. All right. Enough bitching about that.
I got some stuff.
Finally, it went and did the stuff that I wanted it to. So here we have our customer. You can browse the data, which we're at. You can see the structure again, which we had. Now it's got some temporal stuff going.
It's
so
not
this
quite blah blah blah, but it's
it's blubby.
It's blubby,
right? So it shows so now I can see, okay, here's all the structural stuff that has taken place, period. And then I can click on versions and I can see, okay, well, it was updated.
Yeah.
And then I can compare them.
And if you had like a bunch of versions of that same record, it would all still list those out here. Like that would be, okay, cool.
Show the bodies. So it'll even show you like, this is kind of pretty. I still find it a bit hard to read.
Yeah.
I almost want them locked, but for an initial version, it's not bad.
Yeah. I mean,
it's not bad.
It's like those are the kinds of things that, so if you had built this, 3 years ago,
yeah,
you would have been like ahead of you would have been thrilled with it being in the state it's in now. Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I always think about Sherpa too. It's like, I could have built some version of that years ago, but I like where it's at even now is just, this kind of stuff looks like really good for like the thing that you're building on the side, amongst a million other things that you're building. Like it's just this, it's incredible. Like this is,
and you just have to know what you want, right?
Yeah,
exactly. I think that's the key, is saying, this is what I want. I wanted to be able to compare versions. So here's your multi versions that you wanted to see. So version 1 is inserted. We're at version 3 now. It's got some timestamps in there. And then it actually shows you what changed. I mean, man, I'd kill for this, right?
Oh, yeah.
Geometry. So here's some points that it's gone and pulled out for each. Now this is every customer right now. I need to make this, but like you can see all of the stuff. Awesome. Like this is lat longs right now.
Yep.
They call them centroids. I don't know why, but whatever the case may be.
So now you need like an actual map view.
Yeah. I'm looking for one it looks like it just gave points, but you can zoom in and it'll attempt to get that point. Yeah, right now, again, this is lat long, but look at that.
But like sticking a map view in there probably is not going to be hard for it to do.
No, it does do it. It's just this sample sucks, right? The sample it created is not ideal, but it's doing it. It explains where it's reading it from. And that's kind of our geometry point. Again, I want to get this more into the individual document. I'm not sure why it's decided like this. This isn't really what I asked for, but such is life. Last is the blob sidecar. Let's see if I have one. Customers don't have blobs, probably. Orders should. Orders do. They have invoices. Oh, yeah. So it gives you the size. It knows. Again, you have to kind of insert this stuff. This isn't.
Yeah, but if you know it, why wouldn't you?
Right. You could. I'm not going to download this because I assume it's going to give me fluff. But let's see what it. Oh my God! It actually did generate that. All right. So it actually did go and generate an actual invoice. So you can see the blobs table. It does show you the document it's a part of, but this actually should go to the order, which we'll get there. Like history, I can see the history specific to that one, but geometry and blobs, it's treating as like separate. So still some work to go there. And then import and export. You can export it to a JSON. You can import it however you want. I mean, badass.
Now, how do we get... how we were going to do something like this in like a SQLite viewer in Sherpa?
Yes. And that's still coming. The challenge, so if we're going to do that in Sherpa, it's got to be pure SQLite, right? It can't be.
Yeah. Well, why you can have both.
I could, but then you're going to have shiny document DB in your Sherpa.
No, yeah, but so I think if you yes, you want the pure SQLite kind of version of this.
You have to. Yeah,
you have to because that's what you can assume people are using, and ideally, it's also going to work for some of the other providers that exist, right?
Yep.
Like DB and the number is small, at least on mobile. There's not that many of them.
No.
But
This one right now is only working with SQLite and SQL Cipher. Some of them are hard to get, but
do you do anything to a SQLite database? Can you attach like global metadata that tells it that you could read later and be like, hey, I know this is document DB that's working on this one. I guess you could like write a table. You can make a table.
So for instance, this one, the sample it's done is this is a puristic multi-type table. So document DB's got the concept of, I forget what sample it was under here.
My brain was just kind of just going to the, like, if you open a SQLite database in Sherpa, can we easily say, yep, this is document DB, or like, I don't know what this is. It's SQLite, just open it in the other one. I doubt out of the gate. I bet you SQLite has something you could do to like articulate that at a global level.
It could probably handle a table. Like for instance, this is our multi-document table. So this is a default table that SQLite or document DB makes. So you can have separate tables for customer, order, product. And what it'll do is it'll negate, if we go to structure, it'll negate. So this is the default. Like it has the created at, the updated at, data. So the actual body of JSON. But the big one is type, the document type name, and the ID, right? This is, every document has to have this unless it's its own table, and then type name goes away. Right. So that's kind of how it works.
You could just kind of say like, if this structure is here, then I know.
Right. And it doesn't show, like, there is other tables for the sidecar. The sidecar being the temporal, so history, the sidecar being geometry, and then another sidecar for being blobs. It doesn't show those. So there actually is a customer blobs, customer history, customer geometry. Same for order. Product apparently just has history and blobs. They've decided, it's got images. Look at that. Wonder what image looks like. So you can preview that. Oh, look at that. It's all a gray image. Wicked.
Huh. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's what I was thinking maybe there is in SQLite. I mean, you could also alternatively create like your own metadata table, and then it's there.
I had thought about, I am still thinking about it because there's the concept of, this will sound weird, but there is the occasional need to do a migration.
Yeah.
Right? So
for sure.
Let's say I'm moving from a version 1 to a version 3.
So,
and yes, I don't care about schema, but maybe I want to backfill a specific
there are two
property.
Things you could use apparently. I mean, we're live streaming my Googling at this point. There's Pragma stuff, right? So there's like a user version property that I guess is typically like what you would use to store migration version info. So that you could track at that. And then there's an application ID one as well that in theory you could set it to some like 8675309 and that's
nice.
That's Alan's document DB.
Why did you pick that song? That's an 80s song.
I don't know. It's the one number. It's like, or I could have given you a 90210 or I don't know. What's a...
That's also from the 80s, yeah?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I like it.
Anyway, there might be options out there. I'm just thinking out loud to do the Sherpa stuff, to be like, hey, open this database at SQLite, and then we just know right away, like, yep, this is document DB. Let's show the better viewer than we could otherwise show.
Something we can definitely look into.
I'm definitely not unhappy to put, document DB stuff in there, and if we can make a nice experience to show the files from it.
Yeah, John's using document DB quite a bit
everywhere. That's what I use every time now.
And the last thing for document DB that I wanted to show is what was I going to show here? Yes. Where is Aspire? There is, I don't know if it's in here yet, for our admin UI, for the admin UI. For the admin UI, where is it?
I was going to ask about that earlier, but I forgot.
It's down here somewhere. I know it is. Disable health checks, document store. There it is. Admin UI as a resource.
Lovely.
So
Love this.
just like Postgres or SQL Server doesn't it? Postgres has one. You can add PG admin. You can add you create your Postgres document store.
Yep.
It will automatically go and wire up your document DB admin with that store.
And this works for like if I use SQLite for it too, that's fine.
Yes.
That's what I'm using for like reMaestro and stuff, right? I'm not like eventually I'll allow it if you really want to use Postgres or whatever, like fine, have at it.
SQLite is a bit hard. There is a mechanism to do it with Aspire, but you need the file store. Like you need it to have a shared.
That's true.
It's a bit funky there. It doesn't really work well yet, but this does, right? So if I have a connection, this is going to go ahead and add the Postgres image. And then it's going to add the document, and then it's going to add document DB admin with the reference to the store, and voila, it will just spin it up. I don't have a good sample of that working. That's not a production app. That's why I can't show it yet. But it's friggin' beautiful, man. It's all in Aspire now.
Yeah. Now we just you gotta figure out if you can I like sidecar it as a like part of my web app that's running too for SQLite, because then it already knows where the thing is, right?
So I'm not sure. There isn't a container for this. Like this has been released to GHCR. Mm-hmm. So it goes and downloads. You can bundle apps, it turns out, as tools for Aspire to pull, but this app and that you get was quite large.
I was thinking not even Aspire in this case, but like if your DB admin is like compartmentalized enough that it could be like a NuGet.
Oh, installing your app.
Because the app is a Blazor app. And so if I could just say like add routes for, or add document DB admin with routes or whatever it looks like, and then I can like have an endpoint that just goes to it.
So no, that doesn't exist for a couple reasons. One is too many libraries in the document DB because I have to have all the providers there.
Yeah.
So it's big. Like it actually would be too big for NuGet. Because it's got to package it all, right? And it's got to package all the code and all that. But then the other part is that I'm going to have to, like, this doesn't have any sort of admin on it or auth yet.
Right.
Like, there's no auth.
So you don't want just a random
open this on a port. Open this on a port that's
it's
internal to your network.
Yeah.
Or use Gluten, VPN into the container and read it, right? There's many options.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's no admin on this yet. I'm going to be adding it and probably some OIDC stuff so that you can just like authenticate from somewhere else into the app. But for now, it is a wide open thing that just kind of works.
Okay.
So, there's DuckDB too. DuckDB you can upload.
Cool.
So, that's what I've been working on. That's a whole lot of stuff, I think.
Yeah.
But we actually did get this working. I'm glad that Claude got its shit together and actually put it out.
That's awesome.
So, that is, as they say, that. Where is I gotta find you.
Building all the things. Like at the end of the day, I feel like every few weeks it's like, okay, well, like what really can we do more now yet? And there's always something. There's always a million things.
It's true. Just keep building the stuff, man. What's funny? I'm not going to show it now, but I kept saying, "Where's the sample?" It's because Claude was putting it. I had two browsers, right? I have the browser with you and YouTube running, and then I have the browser for all the stuff I'm showing off. It put the tabs into the browser with you, which was on my other monitor. So the damn thing was working the whole time. It wasn't in the right tab.
Of course.
That's annoying. AI, vibe, semi-slop.
Yeah, but still way more productive than we've ever been. So
wicked. It's wicked.
All right.
So that is it for me. That is probably it for the week. We're going to keep showing. I think this is becoming more a show and tell.
That's okay, I think.
So far.
That's fine.
Go to the websites. I've been adding the links to each episode. Go check out the stuff that John and I are building because I think a lot of it's like epic level. Sherpa's epic level. reMaestro, when John actually lets us start testing it and buying it, is epic
Oh,
level.
it's going to be so good. I still haven't tested it enough myself, but I've got a Pi 4 here because that was the only unused Pi I have right now. And I did test flashing it last night with an image, and it worked. Like it worked. It like
Well, it flashed an image. You don't know if it worked.
no. I ran it and
Okay.
it came up. I had a couple tweaks I had to do because the first run it kept like the service kept crashing.
Oh,
And then I figured that out, and then I flashed the image again, and I connected it up, and then I even I was just like watching for the local, it just names itself reMaestro.local for DNS
okay.
on your network, and then I just was watching, and then all of a sudden it's like poof, it came up, and it starts off with the like, hey, like first time setup, pick a username and password, man, and then like goes in and there it is, and then it's running.
And did it control your TV setup yet?
I haven't. I have it on my desk, so I haven't tried. Like I've only done like bits and pieces. Like I've verified like the Apple TV integration does control it, so it'll like go home. It'll go like up, down, select stuff, whatever. And that's pretty cool too, because it's like you pair it with AirPlay kind of, and like there's the code, and yeah.
It sounds like you need to actually put an entertainment system in your office.
Or I need to like
stuff.
on the weekend I need to go like down and downstairs and just play with all the home theater stuff.
Well, that doesn't get you new stuff. It doesn't get you new toys to play with. I was trying to help you out.
New toys up here, no.
Oh yeah, but if you can write it off against our expensive government taxes, you have an excuse for your wife, right? You can be like,
if this could be an actual business someday, then I could go buy all the toys and be like, I gotta test the integrations, right? I gotta make sure it all works. So I'm gonna need you to work on the PlayStation stuff. I don't have one of those.
So disappointing.
I can work on the Xbox stuff, but there's a bunch of devices that aren't gonna work for necessarily. So that's
somebody
the
tell
thing.
John. Somebody tell John that Xbox is an inferior product.
Yeah, but I get Game Pass for free. So what am I gonna do? It's enough for the very little that I play games. That's fine.
Fine.
Anyway, more to come next week, and all the AI things keep going. We keep building.
New stuff. If it also people have been emailing, if there's something you want us to attempt to build, we can do another one of those Johnny on the spot. I enjoy those, stressing John out.
Or if you want to do like a deep
on the
dive
spot
on something.
Yeah, let us know. Gone.net.io. There is a form there, I believe. John, is there still a form there?
I don't know. Ask Claude.
If not, yeah, well, there you go. Ask Claude. Don't even go to the website.
I'm sure you can find
you can find us on social media.
Us. Oh yeah, where it's not a secret.
We're all over the place. So
you can
find us.
All the
comment on the video. You can comment on the video.
Like and subscribe. Anyway,
there we go. All right, guys.
All right, that's it.
It's been a splash.
Bye.
Bye.
Did it end?
No, got to refresh.
All right. Did it end now?